What type of hat do you think Carl Friedrich Gauss wore in this painting? My best guess would be a songcock or a beretta, but I'm not really sure. Any ideas? It's a smoking cap. These caps are worn by men while smoking to stop the hair from smelling of smoke, and they also kept the head warm. They were popular in the period 1840 to 1880, usually worn by gentlemen in the privacy of their home. They are similar to the smoking jacket, though their use even in Victorian times was not necessarily as widespread. The painting is from 1887, so it fits the time period. I've met an old man in Germany, and he sent me these little coat of arms, telling me to visit each of these locations before I die. What are these exactly used for? We both had the same passion, hiking. I met him in a little village where I stayed for 2 days. He rented a few rooms for tourists, and he was a really nice old man. And he gave everyone information without any hesitation. I was really surprised that he was speaking English so well, until he told me he was an English teacher. We still talked after I returned home like every couple of months, and I was about to visit him again next summer and ask him about what he sent me, but sadly, he passed away this spring. He was positive. He said he lived to an age most people don't have the chance to. No regrets. Any ideas about these things? They are walking stick medallions. They are designed to be put on hiking sticks when you visit that particular place. Hiking is a big thing in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. It's like collecting postcards from where you vacation at. Back in the day, not everyone had a camera to take pictures of places one has been to, so you got one of those plaques to commemorate that you visited the place. Does anybody know anything about this cool stein? It's about 38 centimeters tall, and the bottom is stamped 1862 Germany. I picked this up for $40 at a fire sale in an old building downtown that was being cleaned out. It's painted ceramic with a metal lid. Does this kind of stein have a name? Is it really from 1862 or could it be a replica? Who made it and are they still in business? It's a stein made by a German company called Gears. The company began producing steins in 1862, which may be what the 1862 number refers to. If it says Germany on the bottom, it was intended for export or souvenir sale. Simon Peter Gears formed the company that bears his name in 1857 and began the actual production of ceramic wares in 1862. The company managed to survive for more than 135 years, but some questionable strategic decisions in the 1990s forced Gears into bankruptcy, and in 1999, the company permanently shut down all manufacturing operations. What is this thing I found at a thrift store in California? It has a decorative pattern all over it. It's made of brass, and the metal is punched through. There are no maker markings I can find around it. It has a handle like it's meant to be carried and has a latch with a hole for a lock. What is it? It's a chapati bread box. It was originally used for keeping Indian bread called chapati, dating to the late 19th or early 20th century. I've seen things like this from my grandparents' time here in India, but they use it to store trinkets, coins, currency notes, and things like that for day-to-day household use. I just moved into a city apartment in Chicago and found this hole in the wall in my room that has a swinging door. The door looks like it had an old key lock that doesn't work anymore. It swings out completely and shows an all-steel interior. My girlfriend and I think it was used to hide alcohol in Prohibition times, but not too sure. What is this? It's a wall vault safe, made by Mylink Manufacturing Company, Toledo, Ohio in the 1900s. Apparently, it's made to be installed horizontally as the pin is removable. It allows the combination lock and mechanism to be taken out so items can be put in. Can anyone tell what the very faded label says on this antique poison bottle? The bottle is about 3 inches tall and made of brown glass. The top is still sealed with a cork. The neck of the bottle is marked poison. The red and white label is so faded that I am having trouble identifying what the bottle holds. Any help is so appreciated. It holds 500 chocolate-coated tablets of strychnine sulfate. Here's not the exact same bottle but pretty close. If anyone's still curious about why tablets. In the Victorian era, many poisons were thought to have medicinal properties. Strychnine was sometimes used to try to treat paralysis because it causes muscle contractions. It was also used as a stimulant to attempt to treat some heart and respiratory conditions. Its stimulant properties also led to athletes using it as a crude performance-enhancing drug and to it being used recreationally in the general populace. What is this thing Grandma found in a Sudanese desert 60 years ago? They believe it's copper. It has hammer marks and is made out of a single piece. Any ideas what it says or what it was used for? The writing is crude, but designates it as the property of Fatima. It's from 1775 AD and is copper. This was probably used as a water and camel milk skimmer. Why? Because many such copper pots have been found by archaeologists. Some of them have holes and are more of a strainer, and some are just shallow copper pots like this. Or it was used to put incense in for burning, a common practice to which copper bowls were dedicated by the Sudanese. Many such copper pots don't have any name on them. Perhaps this was a wedding gift, hence the crude writing, and had no innate purpose at all. Either way, whatever it is, I doubt Fatima would have guessed in her wildest imagination that almost 300 years later, people would be trying to puzzle out her little copper bowl, using worldwide cooperation and an information thing called the internet. What is this pair of round scissors I found at a flea market? They said it is used to cut pasta dough to make ravioli. Any idea what is it exactly used for? It's a soft-boiled egg scissor from the 1950s. You place the small end of the egg in the round part of the scissors, and the razor edge on the other half of the piece cuts off the top of a soft-boiled egg. My grandpa served in World War II, and we found this at his house. He passed away in 2019 and left his house to my sister and I. My parents helped us go through everything, and we found this knife. He had a very interesting life. He served in World War II and was ambushed by Japanese soldiers in Guam while in a cave and shot in the back. I was not sure if this was something that would have possibly been from when he was in World War II, or if it was more likely something he picked up later in life. Any ideas? I think it's a Chinese dagger, specifically a Kuomintang officer's dagger. If you look closely at the butt of the hilt, you'll see two crossed flags. On the left, the Kuomintang party flag, and on the right, the Republic of China flag. These daggers were made from 1927 to 1948, so would certainly have been available to pick up during World War II, particularly if your grandfather served in the China-Burma-India theater of the war. I live in a late 18th century Georgian house in Scotland, and I've always wondered what this little door in my hallway is for. It's so strange to me because it just seems too small to have any pragmatic use. The opening is located on the second level of the house. I'm getting a lot of people saying that this is likely storage for coal and firewood, but it just seems a tad small to be used for that purpose. There is more space on the wall it's placed and that could have been dug out to create additional space. What exactly is this thing? Please leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.